There comes a moment in every life when something inside whispers, there is more for you, more joy, more peace, more purpose. But change doesn't begin with the world around you. It begins with the way you see yourself, the way you speak to yourself, and the way you choose to show up every single day. Transformation is not one big decision. It is the small, consistent choices you make daily. What you focus on grows. What you believe becomes your reality, and what you repeat to yourself, quietly and consistently, shapes the direction of your life. If you watched this message every day, not just with your eyes but with your heart, something powerful would begin to shift. You would stop waiting for permission. You would stop shrinking your dreams. You would start honoring the truth that you are already enough and still becoming more. This is not about perfection. It is about alignment. Alignment with who you are becoming, and what truly matters. The most important conversation you will ever have is the one you have with yourself. Every word you speak, especially in private, carries energy. When you speak with doubt, you create limitation. When you speak with intention, you create possibility. Change your words, and you begin to change your life. Speak with kindness to yourself. Speak with belief about your future. Speak as someone who knows that setbacks are not failures, they are lessons. Your attention is your power. When you focus on fear, fear multiplies. When you focus on gratitude, abundance expands. Life moves in the direction of your dominant thoughts. Watching this every day would remind you to redirect your focus, not to what's missing, but to what's meaningful. Not to what went wrong, but to what can still go right. No one else can do your inner work for you. You can be supported, loved, and encouraged, but healing begins when you take responsibility for your emotional well-being. Watching this daily would remind you that your past does not define you. You are allowed to release pain, forgive yourself, and begin again, stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Motivation comes and goes. Consistency builds lives. Small actions done daily create extraordinary change over time. You don't need to do everything today. You only need to do something today. Watching this every day would anchor you in discipline, patience, and trust in the process. You don't become worthy when you achieve more. You are worthy now. Growth is not about proving your value. It is about expressing it. Watching this every day would remind you to stop chasing validation and start living from self-acceptance. When you know your worth, your choices change. If you watch this every day, your mindset would shift, your habits would evolve, your confidence would grow quietly but powerfully, because change does not happen overnight. It happens when a message becomes a belief, and a belief becomes a way of life. You don't need a new life. You need a new way of seeing the one you already have. Watch this every day and watch your life begin to change.